And I do believe that we have rotten politics, and I'm not using that as an exaggeration.
Hey everyone and welcome. In this video we're going to be having a look at Lord Jonathan Sumption, as he was on the Julia Hartley-Brewer show on Talk Radio, and he said something that has got the left up in arms about. Now, it's in regards to COVID restrictions and whether or not they will be lifted on June the 21st. Let's have a quick listen to what he says, everyone.
If on June the 21st we don't have all our freedoms back, we're still, rule of 6 indoors, limits on where we can travel, social distancing, wearing masks and public transport and the like. Would there be a justification for you? You're a Supreme Court, former Supreme Court justice. Would there be a justification for people to break the law?
Well, there's never a legal justification for people to break the law, but there is often a moral justification for them to do so. These are fundamentally immoral restrictions on people's freedom, which is derived from an absolute refusal to consider any of the other aspects of this crisis than COVID. And there are many other aspects of this crisis apart from COVID. Yeah. And I think that the public is entitled to say, well, if the government is going to take such a narrow view of the issue, we for ourselves are entitled to take a wider view and to make our own risk assessment in the light of all the facts. Now, that won't be legal. It won't be legally justifiable. But it's a matter for ultimately for everyone's own conscience, whether they feel bound to comply with it.
Now you heard what he said there, everyone. Fundamentally immoral restrictions. Now, in my opinion, what he's basically saying there is if you think that fundamentally immoral restrictions or laws are just that, there is a moral justification for breaking those laws. Now, I would like to leave you with the famous words of Martin Luther King, who also agrees with Lord Sumption. Now, this was in regards to Martin Luther King's famous letters from a Birmingham jail, which called on all Americans to actively but peacefully oppose laws that were morally wrong. King wrote, are we ready for this? There are just laws and there are unjust laws. I would agree with St. Augustine that an unjust law is no law at all. One who breaks an unjust law must do it openly, lovingly. I submit that an individual who breaks a law that conscience tells him is unjust and willingly accepts the penalty by staying in jail to arouse the conscience of the community over its injustice is in reality expressing the very highest respect for law. Hard to argue with either of those gentlemen, isn't it, everyone? Let me know what your opinion is on this. What do you think? Do you think it is a fundamentally immoral restriction? And what are you going to do? Are you going to actually pay attention to it, or are you going to, like Lord Sumption said, have a moral justification for breaking the laws? I'd like to know your opinion. I actually agree with both gentlemen. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit the like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you share it out to all your friends and stuff, so let them know there is another channel. Stay sane. I'll see you on the next one, everyone.